Gun Freak Nation. It's the president, y'all. TElectrik. You feel me? I got a scenario for y'all, man. We gonna call this one Fight or Take Flight. All right, just close your eyes and just hear me out, man. You and a significant other, a loved one, you at a marketplace. Let's say Walmart, Meijer, and all of a sudden, you hear the sound of gunshots, gunfire breaking out. What I want to know from each and every one of you is, are you going to fight or you going to take flight? Now, I get the camp that say, hey, man, I'm out of here. I'm not trying to be no hero. I'm not trying to get unalived by trying to be a hero. Then you got the other camp that's, hey, I'm armed. I'm gonna take care of this savage or savages that you're dealing with in a situation like this. So you got two different camps, man. It's difficult. Every situation is unique because the same people that's saying, "Oh, I'm not no hero. I'm out of here. I'm running towards." Even though you are armed, you're running towards the first exit to get out of there. You're not going to get involved in that situation, And I get it. I can understand why, because you got to make it home to your loved ones, to your family. Then you got the other camp that would say, hey, if my loved ones was in that particular place that's being shot up, I sure would love or hope that someone would be there and do the right thing and put that savage down, or at least try to put the savage down to save my family. So you got two different camps. My thing is, me personally, if I was ever in that situation, I've thought about it a lot. How would I react? And I think the safe thing, and I'm just being honest, if you with someone, you want to make you definitely want to make sure, first and foremost, that you get them to safety, and you get people around you to safety. You don't have time to just run into a situation when you haven't assessed the situation. Years ago, it was a situation that happened at a Walmart where it was a couple, a woman and a man, went up in there and they started shooting. And a guy, a law-abiding citizen happened to be there that was armed, and he made a tactical mistake because he rushed to the sound of the gunfire. He rushed to where people running, and he going towards the gunfire, which makes him a hero. But he wasn't tactical about it. Number one, he pulled out his gun, and he was looking for the shooter. Unbeknownst to him, just when he was getting ready, when he ID'd the shooter and he was getting ready to take the shooter out, he didn't know that the shooter, and by the way, if you hear all that noise, that's my son again on that damn video game. But anyway, he didn't notice that it was a woman. He didn't know that it was a woman with the guy. So when the woman saw him pulling his gun to put the shooter down, she put him down. That fatal mistake of him rushing into a situation without properly assessing the situation, because you just never know. Some of these people, man, is more than one shooter. Some of the shooters may not even, they may be blending in with the regular customers. and you don't know who's who. And they ready to get the drop on him. So if he would have just simply waited and observed the situation, and for what it was, he would have then saw that the shooter wasn't alone and that the woman was with the shooter. So he lost his life. He died basically trying to be a hero. Well, he died a hero because he sacrificed his life. Because in a situation like that where you got an active shooter, if you was to make up your mind to confront them, you're gonna draw attention away from them attacking, unaliving people basically, and they're gonna focus their attention on you. So at that point, you got to be like, you at that point you're risking your life even more, and it's a delicate situation for the simple fact that you don't retrieve your gun now. You pulled your gun out. So now, who's to say that somebody may misidentify you as being the bad guy? Who's to say when police arrive on the scene, they misidentify you as the bad guy and put you down? So it's a delicate situation. Me personally, if I was in a situation like that, and y'all know, if y'all watch my lives, I go live a lot from Meijer and Walmart, and I always anticipate, what if we had a situation where we got, multiple savages coming in, unaliving people. What would I do in that situation? Well, me personally, I am going to get my loved one and whoever else to safety, to get them the hell out of there. And then, for the most part, I would want to observe the situation, assess the situation, and find out, is it one shooter? Is it two shooters? Is it three shooters? Am I in a situation where I'm dealing with multiple shooters? And where I am outgunned, will somebody see me with my firearm? I would not even pull it yet at that point, because I'm not trying to draw attention to me. It could, like I say, it could be sleeper cells in there. So it's a tough, unique situation, man. I feel like if I'm in a situation where I could get the drop and I see it's only one or maybe two, maybe I will try to put down both of them or at least one of them. Because that's one thing that I can't not just stand by and watch people, get unalived, man. I just can't do it, because I would want somebody to step up to the plate if it was my loved one in that situation. But everybody don't think like that, man. You got people, well, I'm out of there, man. It's not my job. I'm not obliged to, I don't owe nobody anything. I'm just trying to get back home to my family, back home safely, and I get it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Putting your life first. You got to be a special person to rise to the occasion and risk your own life. But you got to be in consideration of people that love you too. What if the shooter get the drop on you, or you end up getting unalived because you're trying to save lives? What about your family if they lose you? If you supporting your family and you're no longer there because you was trying to save people's lives, but you lose your own life, think about that too. How your family, how it's going to hurt your family. How it's going to hurt them emotionally, financially. So it's a lot that goes into this. And this is why I wish, places like Walmart, Meijer, I wish they would have, armed security there. to at least be some sort of deterrent, you know. But they seem not to have that, even though they the ones that's always getting shot up, you know. I don't get it. So Gun Freak Nation, I would like to know from y'all point of view, from y'all perspective, because with me, I would think that every situation is unique. You know, if you feel you can get the drop on them, get the drop on them. But now these savages, when they do stuff like this, they coming in with body armor. You know, my EDC is a Glock 23. That's a 40 caliber. You know, if you see them wearing a vest, you know, don't just automatically think it's just a carrier or a tactical vest. More than likely, they got armored plates under that vest. So that's another situation you got to look at. 9 out of 10, you're not going to have a vest on, but they're going to have a vest. Same situation happened in what's that, Buffalo, New York, when that racist went into that grocery store and started unaliving all those black folks, and the security guard was armed, and he got off that one shot, and he landed the shot. He landed it. He hit his target, but it was ineffective because the savage's body armor defeated it. So when he did that, what the savage do? Respond back and took him out instantly. That guard went down instantly because he had a handgun going up against, you know, an AR-15. And the dude had on, the idiot, the racist, had on body armor. So it's just a crazy situation. I think, like, if you are on the side in the camp, or where you're gonna try to put this savage down, then you need to have low visibility, not be seen, don't attract attention to yourself by drawing your firearm, and you need to try to assess the situation to see how many savages it is. And you always got to anticipate that it could be multiple savages. You know, they ain't pulling their guns because they're trying to blend in. You know, it's a dangerous predicament to be in, a dangerous situation. And unfortunately, a lot of people have been in that situation. I mean, did y'all see that video a few years ago where when the Walmart in Texas got shot up and it was a military guy, he went live and he was like, damn, of all of the days, I left my firearm at home. That's the worst feeling right there. When you need it, when you got one and you need it, but you don't have it because at the last second, you forgot to take it with you. It happens to us all. This one happened to me before. And that's why I make it a point that even if I have forgotten the Western, I don't give a, I'm turning back. I don't care if I don't made it a mile away from my home. I'm turning back around and I'm going to get it, because when you don't have it, that's when you will need it. Straight up. That's when you're going to need it. But Gun Freak Nation, I would like to know, are you going to fight or are you going to take flight? If you take flight, I totally get it. I totally understand. You know? Everybody, if I had my way, every law-abiding citizen, man, should be armed and prepared. I'm telling you, it would cut down on a lot of crime. An armed society is a polite society. People out here that's not armed, man, you're like sheep and you ready to be, you know, victimized, you know. So, but I hate saying, you know, people victimized. I hate saying women, you know, harmed, and especially children, man, you know. So a part of me, just knowing that it's kids and women in that Walmart, I don't think when I get my loved ones to safety, get them out of there, I think I'm going back in. And you got to be careful because you are responsible for every bullet that leaves your handgun, that leaves your firearm. So if you're trying to take the savage out and you hit somebody innocent, the repercussions is on you. The consequences is you're responsible for every round. So you got to make sure that if you hit this dirty, low down savage, you got to make sure that you are on target. But more than likely in a situation like that, everybody already is trying to run and get the hell up out of there. So when you see him, more than likely, he will be by himself. Because ain't nobody just going to be standing there waiting to get, shot. But I would like to know from y'all, Gun Freak Nation, what would you do? Would you fight or take flight? I would like to know that. And also, Gun Freak Nation, I'm about to start going live a lot more. I don't want to really do videos like this anymore. It's going to be about, it's going to be a podcast that I'm working on. And it's just going to be more, lives. So that's going to be coming soon. Love you, Gun Freak Nation. Listen, y'all stay armed, stay responsible with your firearms, stay righteous, and be ready at all times to protect your family and send that funky savage to Funky Town. Love you, Gun Freak Nation. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And hey man, hey, we the originator. We cannot be duplicated. You feel me? Gun Freak Nation, stand up, stand proud. Salute to you, baby.